Hello, what's up? I'm Kelvin representing TIFF, and today I'll be telling you about image file format. To understand the different type of file formats we have, we will need to know that image file format. These are standard way of arranging and organizing digital image. They're not just standard way of arranging and organizing, but they are also a standard way of saving any digital image. But before we talk about the different type of file format, we really need to understand how images are saved and what images are made of when it comes to digital images. Now, when we talk about digital image are grouped into two. They can either be the raster image, which are made of pixel, or they can be the vector image, which are made of mathematical. Now, when we talk about raster image are made of pixels, and these pixels are rectangular with color formation of that particular image. What I mean is that when you take an image and you stretch it up, or when you take an image, you zoom onto that image to edit or change the background, you'll notice you will be seeing something like, you see some square shape. This thing, you're looking at it like a square shape, but they are rectangle. Each rectangle have different color formation. Any image you take in the web, or any image you take and you stretch it up and zoom it up, and you notice the edge has this square shape or look pixelated, we just know you're working with a raster image at that time. Now, the amount of pixel in a particular image determine the resolution of that image. What I mean is that different pixel making up an image have different color formation. Now, the more colors that are in this pixel determine the quality. When we talk about resolution, it means the quality of that particular image. Now, look at this picture. When you look at this picture, you notice that this one is neat. When you're looking at it, you'll be like, yo, I like this picture, I love it. But when you take it and you zoom it up, this is what you see. These edges, as you can see, they look like square, but they are actually rectangle in shape. This rectangle has picture inside. Now, when you take a picture and you zoom it up and you see something like this flower here is the same thing here, but I just stretched it here so you would understand what I mean. So any picture you download and you stretch it up or you zoom on it and you see this thing, just know you're working with raster image. Now, what are vector image? As I said earlier, I said they are made up of, they're just mathematical formulas. You know, just take a vector image as this image that they're not made of pixel, and you can stretch them to any size you want. You can zoom it to any size, and the quality will still be the same. You won't be seeing those square stuff, or the edge will not be looking pixelated. Those things are vector image. Just take example of vector. Let me give you an example of vector image. Look at this logo. Let's say this Kelvin logo. I'm not sure, a boutique. If I zoom, I've actually zoomed this image and it's still the same thing. You won't see those square stuff or those pixels, and the resolution is still high. Let me give you another example. Think of the front in your Microsoft Word. Think of those things you're typing in your Microsoft Word. When you actually save them as a vector image, if you stretch it up, if you still zoom it up, it's still neat. So you can just use them and design the way you're done designing a logo in a vector image, you then convert it to raster image. Now, these are example of vector image. Hope you still remember raster images. Digital images are made of two types. We have the raster and the vector. Raster image are made of pixel, while vector image are made of mathematical formula. They can be stretched to any level and the quality still remains. Now, when we talk about the raster image that's made up of pixel, raster image can take two forms. Number one, they can be compressed, and number two, they can be uncompressed. Now, what the heck is compressed and what the heck is uncompressed? When we talk about compressed, remember I told you raster image are made up of pixel, and the amount of pixel or the amount of color in each pixel determine the quality of that picture. Now take a picture that have large resolution, that is large quality, and you actually want it to take a small size, that is the file size, to be small. You will compress it. Compress is like, taking something big and you're pressing it together. The quality still look the same in your eyes, but when you zoom them up, it will then look blur and kind of creepy or messy. But when we talk about the uncompressed, it's just like that. Okay, let me give you an example. Just imagine you have all this old agege bread, or you have all this sliced bread. When we're talking about compressed, you then take four sliced bread and you squeeze them together. You still get your bread, but now you've taken four slices of bread and you've rolled them together to be one. That's just it. But when we're talking about uncompressed, you are just taking the four slides one by one. Your four slide is still your four size. You did not reduce the quality. It's still the same. I know you'll be laughing at this guy is mad. But seriously, I can be mad as long as you understand what I mean. I just hope you can understand this. Compressed file format, take a large image and reduce it, why uncompressed, just take everything and present it to you like that. Now, when we're talking about reducing a kind of a compressed file format, it can be lossless or lossy. I know you're like, what the heck is lossy and lossless? Don't worry, sit back, relax, because I'm gonna put you. We're talking about lossy, the LOXXY. In lossy format, compression results in lost data and quality from the original version, but the file size are small. What I mean is that they take in lossy, they take this image and they reduce it. They reduce it so that the file size will get small. Let's say you take an image that is let's say 3 kilobytes. Now you don't want to save that image as same kilobytes. You want to make it small. Now when you use lossy format, the same image will be presented to you. You'll be looking at the same image, but the file size will then reduce from the normal 3 KB to 1 KB. That is everything about lossy. It reduces so that the file size will be small. Now when we're talking about the lossless, don't get yourself confused. Just lossless format keeps every detail of that picture. Even if it's compressing it, it's compressing it, but the file size are still the same. The detail of that picture are still the same. A picture of 3 KB losslessly is still 3 KB. That is just everything about lossless. Now let me recap. Lossy format reduce the image quality. You won't notice it, but when you zoom at them, you then notice how messy and creepy they look. They reduce the quality so that they can reduce the file size of that image. But in lossless format keeps every detail. If it's KB, 3 KB, it's 3 KB. It's just take it and present it to you. That. Now let's talk about let's talk about different type of file formats we have. Now we have the number one, the Jpeg. It's actually the Jpeg. We have another one which is the GIFF, GIF. We have the third one which is the TIFF. Hey, not TIFF like where you steal something, but TIFF. Say TIFF. So I said TIFF. TIFF. I cannot even pronounce it. Now, if you know the right pronunciation for the TIFF, 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 just drop it on the comment box below so I can be able to learn. Perhaps when I'm making future video, I'll correct myself. Now, we also have the PNG. We also have the BMP. We have the PDF. We have the EPS. We have the IA. Now, in our next tutorial, I'll put you through those 5 formats one by one, because if I start explaining each of them to you, I'll get you all hooked. And I guess it's better I stop here, and in our next class I will explain all the 5 formats I mentioned one by one, so you'll be able to understand better. I hope you understand this video, but check for the part 2 of this video. Now it will be image 5 format part 2. There I will explain those 5 formats, the Jpeg, the GIF, the TIFF, the EPS, one by one, the full meaning, what they mean, and why you should save in that format, and why you not supposed to save a picture in a particular format. Now I believe you understand the tutorial. Like this video if you like it. Do you need to hate it? Just comment on the box below by the way you think I did not explain better, and I will explain it further in our next video. Now, before you go, don't forget, please subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscription button, and after the subscription button, don't go away, please don't go. Click the notification button, because when you click the notification button, any video or make like the official video, you will be able to get a notification, and you'll be among the first people that watch the video. Thank you, and God bless you.